It's time, guys. It's time for the solo queue support tier list 14.19, my first one in this channel. I'm going to do more for the next patches. I normally did it just sending it via screenshot and putting it on the Discord. Link below, you can check it out, or in my MetaFi group, also you can check it out. There's some free content as well you can watch, like the tier list. But today, for the following patches, I'm going to do it in video format, and I'm going just to comment about the champions, okay? 1v1 individually. I see some champions that I don't know if they are played support. I don't know if they are all the champions are here. Let me know in the comments if you missed a support or you are playing a support that I didn't put here, and I can tell you maybe this support is don't play it, D here, don't play it, or is maybe I should try it, and you give me ideas. Okay, so I was thinking to do a low tier or a diamond below a tier list and a diamond above tier list. Let me know if that is something that could be interesting for you guys, but I'm just going to do solo Q1 in general. And let's start, okay? So first of all, with Galio, I'm going to just go in order. I'm not going to select. Galio, I think he's okay. He's a decent champion, works really well into engage, works really well into compositions that have heavy AP damage. Like, for example, if you are playing into an AP jungler and an AP mid laner, an enemy team goes in, like let's say they play Lilia Sylas, for example, and enemy support is Leona. So Galio looks good in that game, but if there is no AP jungler or there's AD mid lane AP jungler and the enemy support is an Enchanter or is a strong laner that you cannot really do anything, then I would not recommend playing Galio. So if it's paired well and it's a good team composition around him and the enemy team composition suits the pick, then I would say it's B. If you just pick it randomly every single time, it's not going to pay off every single time. So C tier. Also with Galio, you want an AD carry that can play alone. Okay, so you can be moving around the map. So for example, Jhin and MF, it works really good because they can play alone in lane when they hit certain items and also level. And also it's synergized as well with the ultimate of MF. And yeah. It goes well with a lot of meta AD carries. I will not play with a hyper carries, maybe with Jinx, but careful with that. Lulu, top tier. Dispatch, top tier in solo queue. In general, this is the strongest champion. I'm doing at the moment an unranked to master with Lulu. 85% win rate, 90% win rate. Only lost 2 games. Good bully lane. Strong with the meta AD carries that are right now at the moment. Got buffed a lot of patches in a row. Is the best enchanter in the game also right now because Senna got nerfed, heavy nerfed after the small rework or the rework she had. So I would say Lulu is top tier. She can do everything. She has no engage, but strong laner, scales really well, very good CC with the W. Can buy a lot of time with the ultimate. It's just the best champion right now, probably in the patch in support. Vex, don't play. I don't know why it's here. Veigar, I would say don't play it. I think it's a waste of time. Swain, I like the champion. I don't think it's good at the moment. But Swain can be decent with Ashe, with maybe Jhin. Then I would maybe can rank up to B and against the squishy champions, then it can be fine. But if you're not playing with specific AD carries that work well with him, maybe Miss Fortune throws the E, then you can throw your E and connect really easy. But I don't think it's the meta for Swain. I love playing Swain support, but I don't think it's the time for him now. Fiddlestick, we're not going to talk about it. Miss Fortune, the same. I'm going to talk a bit Miss Fortune now because it's worth mentioning it. It's good champion against Zyra, and that's all probably, and that's maybe some enchanters. Very, very bad into engage. It's just a for fun champion in solo queue. I don't think you are going to win a lot because you are playing Miss Fortune. You could play it with Ashe, maybe with Seraphine AP carry, but overall it's a C-tier champion. I don't think it's worth mentioning more. For fun, yeah, can be fun. Maybe Leandris into lethality, but that's a bit old school. So yeah, Jhin, I will not say you can play it as support. Twitch. Twitch. I would put it in B. If you are really good, can be A tier. If you are really bad with the champion, don't play it. Okay, so it has a range of A, B, C, D, depending on how good you are on the champion and how good you recognize playing roaming supports. And yeah, AP Twitch in support, not the best, not the strongest. I will put it in C because I don't think is that good. But in lower elos works better. So in lower elos it gets higher. And also you need an AD carry that is able to survive alone in lane. So an AP Mage in bot lane or like Miss Fortune, Jhin, this type of champions that can survive alone and you are able to roam mid lane, top lane, gets a couple of kills and be really annoying. Skill dependent, I would say in lower elos is better, in higher elos is not that great. Okay, later on you don't add a lot, you need to snowball, so C tier. Annie, C tier also. I mean, I need to play a bit more Annie, maybe, but I don't think she's that strong for me to try it or to try her out. Why Annie is good, or when Annie is good, is she has a decent peel with Tivers. She has a really good flash engage also with the ultimate, and also the ultimate creates a lot of space for champions like Jinx, Kokmo, Jhin. It's also fine playing with Jhin. Could be a bit of B tier as well. It's not the worst champion, but there are better champions doing her job, right? Like Lulu, Karma, and so on. I just think that C tier. If you guys want to climb and improve on the game, then I would not recommend picking Annie to do that. If you want to have fun and you like Annie as a champion, then sure, you can even play her. I would say it's above Miss Fortune and Twitch. I will put them in order as well, right? And even above Swain at the moment. I will put it here as well. Lissandra, same thing as Swain. I would say good into Rakan because denies the engage. Maybe can be better, because maybe can be better champion. A pocket pick, Lissandra. Is good roams with the E, good gank potential with the E as well. Can follow yeah, I think B tier is good. You synergize well with champions like again Jhin, and Jhin is meta because he's a fine laner, and also you play really good with skirmishing junglers. All right. So when your team plays Viego, Lee Sin, or any Jarvan, for example, that likes to fight, likes to go in, Lissandra is good. If you are playing with an Ivern, a Sejuani, a Skarner, I don't think Lissandra is a good pick. So that's why, for example, if you play with Viego and the composition is really good, maybe there is a good ultimate like LeBlanc in enemy team and you can ult and carry the game, then maybe it drops to A tier and it's a really good champion. It's like the same as Galio, right? If the team comps fit Lissandra really well, yours and enemies, then it can be a good champion. But I will leave it at B tier, better than the C tier champions for sure. Sylas, I would say, like next to Swain, fun champion to play with Electrocute. You burst, but you are really squishy later on. You don't deal as much, a lot of damage. It's just snowball dependent, and it's just a solo queue champion for fun. In lower elos it can work because you can get a lot of kills easy, but if you don't get kills and you don't get ahead, which cannot happen every single game, you are not going to be that useful, alright? So I will leave Sylas at C. Hwei, I've not played a lot of Hwei, a ton of Hwei, but he can be the first one in B. I would not put him on A or S, or maybe on A tier. If you are really good with Hwei and you are a Hwei main, probably he's higher up, but the issue that I have with him is that, of course, he's not an engager, so he's not able to roam. You want to be able to bully. So when you want to bully in lane, there are a couple AD carries that do that well right now. Like, for example, Ashe does it well, Varus does it well, Jhin does it fine, but Jhin doesn't play for plating, so for tower platings at all, but because he has no damage and he has 4 bullets, so he's not fast at getting towers. Jinx is not the best, but I would say Varus, Miss Fortune, Ashe, Jhin are synergized well with Hwei. Then again, would I pick it? Would I say that he's so strong that I would put it on A tier? No, I will go first one in B. If you are good on him, pick it. Skarner, same as Galio. I have not played a lot of Skarner. He's really strong at the moment in the jungle. So again, if you want to play Skarner because you are a good Skarner player, I think if I remember correctly, you play with Comet and you just poke a bit, and it's a creative pick. So I would say like Lissandra, Galio. Like in this tier, for sure, he's here. He's not down here with Annie and Swain. I would say it's like Galio and Lissandra. If the team comp feels good with Skarner, then that's nice. But there are way better champions, right? For this. Camille. Okay, Camille. I love Camille as a support. Okay, but I believe she's C tier. Or it can be B tier as well, like next to Lissandra. Just with Kai'Sa. Or champions that really like to go in. Draven, for example. Draven, Kai'Sa, aggressive champions. Like maybe Varus as well can work. But Samira, Camille Samira can also be nice. So if that happens, maybe she can even go A tier. The thing is that she's not that strong anymore because the Blood Song got nerfed. The items, AD items got nerfed as well, like patches ago. Not on this patch, but long time ago, when Sandra got nerfed and so on. So it's not the greatest pick at the moment. But I would say like in solo queue works really well. If you are good on Camille, you understand how to roam, then she gains a lot of potential. So I would say maybe B. But be careful, okay? I don't think it will jump to A, even if you are good. Like B tier is a good tier to be. LeBlanc, a champion that I love to play on support. I've not played LeBlanc a lot myself in this patch, but I know that she's pretty strong. She one-shots a lot, and especially in lower elos, it can even go from A to S, because players don't respect her damage. If you are really good with LeBlanc in support, and you understand how to play support, then she can be really strong and she can carry games alone. Also, she's way better than, for example, Bran, Zyra, and Lux. Maybe not Lux, but I want to pick a champion that deals damage and can carry. LeBlanc. LeBlanc can move, she can roam, she can gank, she can play lane, she one-shots later on. She's really strong. She deletes people. You can flank. You can put a lot of pressure. You are safe at warding as well because you can W in, W out, ulti in, and you can put a really good division. You can be really creative. You can like roam top lane and kill early on 2v1. You can buy a lot of time. It's a really nice champion, and I actually want to play her right now after explaining how good she is. But you need to be really skilled at LeBlanc. So it can be A or S, for sure. In lower elos, it can even be like, I would not say Z tier, like the most broken one. But if you are a good LeBlanc player, you can for sure climb to Diamond Master playing LeBlanc support and with a really good win rate. So A tier right now. I'm not going to say S. I would keep S tier for more traditional good AD card support, sorry. TF, don't play it. Ashe. Ashe, I would say A tier when it's played with bully laners. Like if you are playing with a really strong laner like Varus, Draven, Jhin, Caitlyn, she's A tier or even S tier. The issue is that you get ganked a lot in those lanes, Caitlyn as well. So you need to be really careful. You need to also be really skillful at and aware or where the enemy jungler is. If you are able to do that, she could be S tier, but items got a bit nerfed as well, AD items. Not everyone knows how to play with Ashe, even in competitive it's hard to pull off. So I will leave her at B tier with Hwei, and I would, like you that are watching the video, you know that you can pull it off on A tier if you are really good at her and you are playing probably in lower elos, and if you are playing with a duo. I should do a duo, a video where I say these compositions, like these duo bot lanes are super good. So let me know in the comments if this is interesting for you. You say, Coach K, I love that idea, do it please. And I can say, this duo, if you play this in duo, you will stomp every game, or you will have a good win rate, or these champions are not good to play duo. Now I got an idea for a video. Just doing a video, I got an idea for another video. So yeah, I could do a video where pairing the different AD carries and supports and say what is good for duo and what is not good for duo, and what they have more win rate. That would be interesting, eh? I don't know if someone did it already. I need to figure it out how to do it properly. Blitzcrank, A tier as well. Same as LeBlanc. and even S tier and Z tier, depending on the champions you're playing against. If you're playing against Lulu, it moves up. It moves up, right? If you're playing against Lux, it moves up. If you're playing with Draven against or Jhin or Varus or a strong laner, and you're playing against an Enchanter, it moves up. But in general, if you pick it every single time, it's A tier. Good roaming, needs to be ahead, and it's more like a counter pick or a pocket pick, I would say, against other supports or depending on the team composition. But it's not like Galio or Lissandra. It's more flexible in that sense, right? So A tier is good for Blitzcrank. All right, now Pyke. Pyke for me is the god overall in solo queue. Pyke is the most annoying champion to play against. I ban it every single game. I play Pyke myself and a lot. I actually played a lot of Pyke when I went to bootcamp in Korea. It was my most played champion, and I loved playing Pyke. But if I'm not ready to play Pyke blind pick, or I not want to spam Pyke blind pick, and maybe I play Lulu, or I'm going to play another champion, I always ban it. Not because I don't know how to play against Pyke, but Pyke is just annoying for your entire team overall, because the W is really strong, he ganks really fast, he does some really good damage early on as well, and he can snowball. He's really fast on the map. He's really fast, and he can pressure a lot every single lane. And also with Amber Glaive, he's going to get rid of all of your wards, so you will not have vision. He's always going to threaten. Sure, mid game, late game, he falls off, but your team is going to tilt, and in solo queue, everyone gets frustrated so fast. So Pyke is Z tier just because he counters your the mental of your team, and you need to be really aware all the time of matching his roam, not matching his roam. You are taking 2 platings in bot lane, but your mid lane died 2 times and he doesn't want to play the game anymore. And that's also something to take into consideration in solo queue, and Pyke is God tier for that. And I would put Pyke always on Z tier. If he doesn't get nerfed to the ground or slow down somehow, he's going to be Z tier always. So for solo queue at least. Karma, I would say S tier. I want to try her more, I want to play her more for sure, but I don't know what I did there. But Karma is really good as well. Really strong, pairs well with the champions that are right now in the meta, can play with hyper carries like Jinx and Kog'Maw, and is really strong with Varus and Jhin as well, because she likes to bully the lane. And also very one of the strongest 2v2s is with Rell. Alright, so she pairs really well with the good AD carries right now, with Ashe as well. She's just good. She lacks engage, she wants to stay in lane a lot, so you don't roam, but also a really good champion to play with duo. I would say Karma is S. You need to have good teamfight placement in teamfights, but for that, for the rest, I think she works really good. Enchanter meta, maybe, guys? Maybe Enchanter meta. Here, I'm talking about Enchanter, Sona. So Sona, I dislike the champion. I don't think the champion is good. I think she scales well in late game, and she can be useful in some team compositions. But I would say in general B tier. I look at the time and I said, oh, 18 minutes already of video, so let's speed it up a bit so it's not forever. Nautilus, I would say A tier. Good engage, not the best engager, because Leona for me is S tier, and Rell is probably Z tier of engagers. So the holy trinity right now in competitive and in general in solo queue, Rell is going to be Z tier, Leona is going to be S, and Nautilus for me is A, is the worst between those three. And that's it. I mean, Rell got nerfed a bit the E. Okay, so now you max Q or W. If you are going to hit a lot the Qs, so for example the enemy has a lot of shields, I will max Q. If you need to be fast on the map, then E is also nice, right? If you are going to roam a lot. If you have more questions about those champions, you can ask me, but I think it's very straightforward. Amumu, I would say B above Sona. The same function as Rell, Leona, Nautilus, but just worse overall, like a bit. Thresh, I would say just Thresh in solo queue. If you are really good Thresh, I would put it on A, but if you are not playing Thresh on B, can you, I mean, if you are in solo queue, I would put A. Okay, so if you are OTP Thresh, I think you can climb fine. The champions are really good. Jinx right now in the meta with Thresh works really well. It works in every single composition, works well against every matchup. That doesn't have really good counters. I mean, maybe poke lanes, but poke lanes are hard to pull off as well. As we said, maybe you suffer in early, but if you are a good Thresh player, I think A is fair enough. Actually, I'm going to put LeBlanc here. Alright. Maokai, Better than Amumu, for sure. Better than Blitzcrank, not on his peak, but I would say Maokai is going to be A tier. Good CC, ultimate is broken. It's not better than Leona, Rell, and Nautilus. But remember that in this tier list, we are trying to do an overall. Counters, for example, a bit of Leona engage can be good into engages as well. And it's also a good flex pick, right, for competitive. But for solo queue, I would say A tier is fine. Poppy. Didn't get nerfed, really strong. Counters a lot of champions, counters every single dash in the game. So the dashes are out of question with Poppy. Yeah, Poppy is still on top of the solo queue tier list in supports. Didn't get nerfed at all, as I said. So yeah, she keeps being strong. Hail of Blades or Aftershock. You can play both of the builds. Depending if you are playing into engage, then you can go Aftershock. If you are not playing into engage, then you go Hail of Blades. Pantheon. I love the champion. I don't think it's the strongest at the moment. I made a Pantheon guide, but for sure it's better than Amumu. If you are a really good Pantheon player and you really enjoy playing Pantheon, it can be up there with LeBlanc. But if you are just a casual Pantheon player, I don't think it's the best in solo queue right now. There are better champions. But I will say that Pantheon, I will put it on A. If you are good, you will climb with more than 65% win rate, 70% win rate, for sure, if you know what you are doing. Is it difficult to do? Probably yes, like LeBlanc, right? So I will put it next to each other. Shen above Amumu. Shen works really good into engage, like into Leona. Shen moves into S tier. Into champions that don't engage, he's not the best. But I will even put Shen maybe behind Maokai into A and B. I think A is fine. Take care with Shen. Shen can be a really good and strong champion in solo queue. If you know what you are doing, can even go higher. Tahm Kench, surprise here. I did put Tahm Kench on Z tier, on Z tier and D tier, or B tier last patches, but he's super strong. A lot of pro players are playing Tahm Kench in solo queue. If you see their accounts, Walls accounts, they are playing Tahm Kench and you rush Heartsteel, and very good into engage, right? Very good into Poppy, Rell, Leona, Nautilus, Shen, Maokai is a really strong champion. Not the best into enchanters like Lulu or Karma, but still fine, right? You can sustain the lane, your E will keep you alive, you can go second wind. So it's a very nice champion to play. Also, depending on the team comps, the ultimate can be game changing. So I would say S. In higher elos is S. If you are playing below diamond, it drops a bit. I would say even B tier, top tier and B tier, because he's not able to carry alone. He needs like the AD carry to do a lot, or he needs damage, and also he's not the best engager. So in lower elos, I will put him on B. But in Diamond Plus, I will put him on S tier, okay? So be careful. Like, you can win a lot of games, but it can be frustrating because you don't have the tools. Seraphine, she got nerfed a bit, but she's still a good champion. I would say in low elo, she's A for sure, and in high elo as well, I think it's okay. Seraphine can be between Thresh, okay? Like the ultimate can always adds a lot, the W. There's so many champions, guys, to go. A 23-minute video. I mean, if you enjoy to watch the tier list and you want to hear me talk about champions, then you will stay and hear it. And I will put the chapters anyways for you guys to see the champions. Neeko, I love Neeko. I would say the same as Seraphine or Blitzcrank and Shen. It can go up if you are playing with good AD carries or strong AD carries. Draven, maybe Kaelin as well, Varus, Jhin is really nice. But you want to bully in lane, right? You want to be able to bully. And for that, I will drop it a bit on A tier, but it's a really strong champion, really fun champion to play in solo queue. So A tier is good. Zyra, I don't like Zyra at all. Right now, you have better champions actually to play. Like, if you want to carry, as a support, don't pick Zyra Brand. I think I will put Brand as well here. Like, let's go together, guys. Like, Zyra Brand, don't play those champions. I'm going to put Vel'koz as well here. The three champions that everyone says, oh, Zyra, Vel'koz, Brand, because I need damage to carry my team in solo queue. No. You have better champions to do that. You have LeBlanc, you have Neeko, you even have Pantheon in lane. You have Karma to bully more even and be more useful after. Like, sure, you can get a couple of kills, but positioning needs to be good. You don't have gank potential. You don't move a lot around the map. I don't like it. I really don't. I don't see also the maybe I do a series of playing these champions in lower elos, but I think it's bait. I think it's bait. You can do more damage with Hwei, for example. You can do more damage with LeBlanc, 100%. And you don't need to do so much damage to carry games as a support. I will put those three here. Then, talking about another one, Lux, that you will say, Lux, Zyra. Not the same, because Lux has the... a lot of range. The Q works really well. The ultimate also a lot of range. Can play from mid to top, mid to bot in mid game, and has access to go to silent. Like you can use your ultimate from really far, and also W as the shield. You can create a lot of zoning area. So I would say A tier. With it goes up if you're playing with Varus, Jhin, Caitlyn. It goes down if you're not playing with those. I would say better than LeBlanc though, to carry, and solo queue to go up. I think Lux is a great champion to climb. I don't think Zyra, Vel'koz and Brand are better than Lux. I think Lux is just way better than those three. That's my personal opinion. Senna, I would say with... Senna got nerfed. In lower elo can be S, so if you are diamond less, S can be fine, good damage. I dislike the AD build for now. Maybe I need to see it and love it. I think Enchanter is still okay. People are underestimating, but pretty boring to play, but strong regardless. So I will put her on S tier. I think it's with Karma and Lulu the best Enchanter you can pick. And in solo queue it always works well and scales well, but it's also pretty skilled in terms of placements. You need to place yourself really well. Soraka I would say B, but she could be A tier. I understand, she's pretty strong in lane, but she doesn't have the engage, she doesn't have the roam potential. If you are good with Soraka and you are good in lane, then it can be a strong champion. You can for sure climb with a really good win rate with Soraka in low elo or higher elo. So she's going to still be on A tier on my list. I don't like Soraka that much. I don't think she lanes bully, for example, like Karma and Lulu or Lux or Neeko. But she for sure has a place with the W and the ultimate. She's really strong. So yeah, I would put him on A. Can be higher, especially on duo. Again, maybe I need to do that video. Xerath, the same. I should go with Zyra, Vel'koz, Brand and Xerath. It has a place against some champions, but overall you need to get fed. You need to understand a lot how to play this champ. And I don't think it's good. There are so many other champions that are better. Gets countered really easy by roaming champions or hook champions. So be really careful with that. Nami, good, really strong. I would put Nami on S. I did put Nami A or B the last time. I think Nami with Lucian is pretty good. Without Lucian, it drops a bit. So maybe let's amplify this and put Nami above Thresh. I mean above Pantheon as well. Here, I will put Nami the second on A. Good with really good with Lucian, like really meta with Lucian as well. With Lucian probably Z tier. Without Lucian, maybe Caitlyn, Varus, Jhin is okay. So yeah, A is fine. Shaco, don't play this. I don't know why people are playing it. Please stop playing Shaco support. Doesn't do anything. It's fun, but you are not... Like, I'm trying to help you win more games and get elo. So if you want to have good win rate, don't play Shaco. If you want to climb, don't play Shaco. If you want to have fun with friends or you just don't care about winning or losing, then play Shaco. I don't want. Bard, I will put B. Not the strongest champion at the moment. In solo queue, though, it's pretty good with the roams. If you are really good with Bard, I would put him even S. If you are not really good with Bard, I would just leave it at B. B is the realistic way. I think a really high skill champion at the moment. But yeah, Taric, I would say he has a place on S tier, but not a popular champion. My best champion and my most popular champion is Taric. Some enchanters are in the meta, and it's not really blind pickable. I would say it's a good counter pick. So I would put him here with Pantheon. If you are playing, for example, into Leona, Rell, Nautilus, and a lot of engage, it moves up to Z tier. If you are playing against range and a lot of poke, then it moves up to A, B tier. You can climb with the champion. A lot of challenger players are OTP Taric, but it's not... if you just pick it up blind all the time, it's not going to give you the best win rate if you're not used to playing him only. Gragas, same explanation as Galio, Skarner and Lissandra, good in certain matchups, like for example into Leona, into Alistar also is really good, but other than that, If you main Gragas, then fine, you can play it in support, but it's not a champion I would say you spam it, and you perma win. It's a good champion, a strong champion. I would put it even above Camille, but no more explanation for my friend Gragas there. Set, I love Set. Set, I would put him on A for my love for Set, but he's not A tier, he's B tier. Even a bit lower, even like B tier here. Really good into Leona, really good into Alistar, really good into Poppy, for example. Pairs really well with Kai'Sa, this champion Samira, but they are not really the strongest AD carries at the moment. You need to understand well how to play the champion. The items don't... I didn't find a really good build with Set that I like. Falls off really hard on mid game, late game, so I don't recommend playing Set if you are not like a Set player. But Pan champion will not give you a high win rate or high carry potential, but if you are playing with duo, maybe can be decent. Zac, strong. I would put it above Maokai. I think has his place, can be S tier against really mobile team comps. And if you like engage, if you enjoy playing Zac, you can spam him and probably get good win rate on him as well. For sure, I'm 100% positive. I've played against a couple of Zac supports. You need to be careful. I think he's for sure weaker and worse than, for example, Poppy, Rell, Leona, Nautilus. But for the rest, yeah, Pan champ, you can win for sure against Yuumi. Don't play Yuumi. Milio, I will. Yuumi, I mean, don't play Yuumi. What I mean with I don't play Yuumi is I dislike the champion. The rework that he got, it's just really bad. I don't think it does anything for the. It was more fun to play Yuumi before, where you could go E level 1 and fight, and that's all. Milio, the same as Nami. I think Milio's fine. Milio's good. I don't play him a lot, but Milio's good. Also like Renata. Let's go Milio Renata together. Renata works really well, for example, with Kalista. Works really good into all-in comps. Maybe a bit lower Renata actually. Let's go behind Soraka. Has a couple of champions that works well with, like for example on-hit Varus, Kalista, and something good in some team composition. So she could even go S. But I'm going to put it in front of Soraka, actually. And Nami, I mean Milio behind Nami. Good Enchanter. Works really well with Lucian as well. The second good best pairing with Nami. And yeah, I mean, just chilling. I think it's worse Enchanter than, for example, Lulu, Karma at the moment, and Senna. And Nami. But it's right there with him. You can, again, climb really easy with the champion if you are good with him. Janna. So many support guy. In solo queue, A tier for sure, because the roaming potential that Janna has is insane. You can leave your AD carry alone, gank top, gank mid. That's how you should play Janna. Get rush boots, no? Get the action going. Go with your jungler. Be annoying around the map all the time. I will not play Janna to play lane. Maybe you can play lane with aggressive champions. Again, if you're playing with Draven and so on, then you can probably play Janna. Zilean, don't play. I dislike Zilean a lot. I think he's a really weak champion. I understand some of you guys like Zilean. I think Zilean is good. Zilean is strong. He's not a strong champion in lane. It's just that in lower elo, probably in lower elo, it can be B or A tier. But if you're playing against normal players that understand the functions of Zilean as a champion, he cannot lane, he cannot roam, he doesn't do anything. It's just a bot. Don't play Zilean. Rakan, A tier champion or S tier champion? I think S. Safe in lane, good engage, pairs with every support, pairs with every team comp. It's not too strong, right? I think I don't like to play Rakan because he's not strong in lane, but he is good in team fights, can carry well on fights with the ultimate, can flank, good roams, sustain in lane with Qs, so you can make the lane neutral. Alright, so you are not on a losing matchup, so that's fine. Alistar, I would say behind Nautilus. Good counters into some champions. Neutral champion as well. I would put both of Braum and Alistar together. Okay, so in solo queue maybe Braum drops a bit, I would say. I don't like that much Braum than Alistar because he lacks engage, okay? But Braum with Ashe and on hit champions that work well with the passive, it goes up. But in general, I would put him just in front of Blitzcrank in the tier list. And Alistar, because he has engage, he can tower dive, he can do better roams. I would put him on A, but they do the same thing. They are neutral champion, which means that they will not win lane hard, but you are not going to lose lane hard, or you should not be able to lose lane hard, okay? So yeah, I will put them on A in solo queue. And Morgana, don't play Morgana, worst champion in the game, together with Zilean. Actually, I would put Yumi here out of respect for the cat, because I like cats. On the first one on D, but Morgana for sure don't play Morgana. I would play Zilean before Morgana for sure. Zilean playable against like Braum, no, the counter Braum and Rakan. Then I would play Zilean or Alistar because they don't really interact in lane, so that can be playable. But Morgana, I mean, maybe Morgana Kaylin against an Alistar free lane or against Leona. It can be fun. It can be fun in solo queue to climb in if you are below Diamond. Then I would say Morgana, sure, Z tier here. But I would not recommend playing Morgana. She's not the good champion after mid game, late game. So don't play the champ. And that's it. 36 minutes of tier list. You have to love it. All the content, all the information. And well, let me know. I will try to make it shorter. Give me feedback. If you like the video, like it and subscribe. If you have any questions, ask me. And yeah, till next time. Bye bye, guys.